Y'all get ready?
Yes, you get ready.
We are gathered here today to sip some tea, honey. So make sure you guys have your teacups ready because this tea is what? Piping hot. Hey, you guys. I hope you guys are doing good today. So for all your tea sipping needs, don't forget to go on to lovelyti.net or amazon.com/shops/lovelytea. Thank you guys so much for the support and stay tuned for the video. All right, so I want to come on here and talk about the whole situation with Sky and her two sons, Genesis and Desoline, aka Dez. So as you guys know, I've been covering this whole situation with Sky and her son for years, okay? So this season of Black & Crew New York, we watched where, Sky finally reunited with not just one, but both of her sons. It seems like Genesis finally came around. He appeared on the show. They took pictures together. They seemed like they were actually, connecting and bonding as a family.
Baby.
Oh, Ma, this mine?
Yes, that is
mine.
yours.
Hold on.
My son said he wanted a car when he graduated, and I said he can get a car when he goes to college.
This is dope, Mom. I love it, Mom. Thank you.
I love being a mother. It feels so good.
Text him, tell him we can kick it, And I felt like I can kind of get him to talk to Mom, like get together and talk things out. But I know I gotta tread lightly because I know things haven't been good in the past.
Oh, you got the boogers in your ear. You shot it. Shot right like a diamond. Go ahead.
The biggest blessing of me getting kicked out of boot camp is I got closer to my brother. I feel like Genesis has matured a lot and let a lot of his anger go, which is why I feel like this is the perfect time for him and my mom to ease that tension.
That's a lot of things, bro. Like, if you want to hear me personally,
I want to hear your honest opinion.
I feel like there's no reasonable explanation to tell me why you went so long without a phone call, without a happy birthday, or just a checkup, tap in, something. Like, it's like an emptiness. And you just growing up as a kid, you don't know why you so mad. You mad at the world for no reason. Life's not fair, but come on.
Oh my God.
What the going on right here?
I invited him here. I've been talking stuff with the big bro, and I kind of opened his eyes, and I have a good feeling about this.
I know you asked me to come out here. Let me holler at her for real quick, though. You feel me? Come here, mama. The reason I ain't forget my mama when I first met her, cuz you think just because you this and this and this, I'm just supposed to be coming running back to you open arms like, damn. Nah, like, we got to sit down, talk about it, hash it out. Until then, nobody say to me. So I came here today just to talk to you. I don't want to argue, I don't want to fight with you, I just want to talk to you. Just me and you. 15 years too long. I'm tired of all the bull, all the arguing, all the yelling. I had to learn how to be a man before I could come. You understand? I had to fix myself before I could present myself. I up. It's something you can never get back, and I don't want to waste no more time with you. It took me a year to realize that I wasn't even mad, I was just disappointed, you feel me? And now it's time to move on past that bull. And I know you my mama. Listen. I love you for real.
This is real.
It seemed like the past was going to be left in the past. But then on December 29th, Genesis basically took onto his Instagram page and he started going off on a bunch of fans. So what happened is that basically a fan tagged Genesis and his brother Dez on Instagram. And they said, Dez, they said at Dez, at Jen, are you still in touch with your mom, Sky? Genesis replied, keep me out that shit, bitch. I only did that shit for a bag. So somebody else joined in the conversation. They basically accused Genesis of using his mother for fame. And then another fan came and said using her, she owes him a whole lifetime of shit. She used him by bringing him on the show. Y'all need to keep the same energy on Sky's Instagram. If anything, she used them for ratings, not the other way around. You all should ask her why she no longer follows her sons on IG, why she didn't give Dez a birthday shout out. and why she didn't post Genesis music on her IG, etc. She used those boys for a storyline, even making up lies about them, then discarded them when they didn't fit her made-up narrative. I hope Des and Genesis find genuine, healthy love and family support, even if they find it from someone other than Sky. And then at that point, Genesis replied back with a bunch of hand-clapping emojis, showing that he agreed with that person. So that went down in December, and since then, Sky's just been living her best life. She has not addressed anything. She hasn't spoken on her son. She hasn't posted any pictures with her son, Desaline, at all. Earlier in the year, we saw plenty of pictures that she was posting online with her youngest son. So I'm not sure what's going on, but as of 2 days ago, Genesis took to his Instagram page and he posted a picture of him, Sky, and Des, and basically stated this. Check this out. So Genesis says, "You see what happens on camera, but you have no clue what goes on behind the scenes." So he posted that, but then he also turned off the comments. So other fans went to his other pictures and they wrote the following. "Do you not like your birth mother, Sky?" Another person added, "Why can't we comment on the picture you just posted? I hope you're still in a good space with your mother." Honey, what in the damn Black Ink crew is going on here, okay? So when we left off, they seem to be in a good space, but clearly there's a bunch of shit that went on behind the scenes that we have no idea about, and Genesis is just steadily trying to spill a little bit of tea here and there. You know, from what I've been researching, they're supposedly saying that a bunch of the conflict came in when Des went to go meet up with Genesis in Las Vegas, because that's where Genesis is currently staying. And supposedly he's staying there with his biological father. And they're saying that possibly what happened is that Genesis and the biological father, they've now tainted the younger brother, Desoline's mind, and kind of turned him against Sky. And basically Sky's at the point now where she's washing her hands of both of her kids, okay? Now, I just think this entire situation is sad, but I do feel like, you know, I don't think Genesis is being the best role model on Desaline, because it seemed like a year ago when Des was just doing his thing, when, you know, he was a high school senior, he was graduating, he was playing football, you know, he seemed to be doing the right thing, but even on the show, they talked about his apartment getting shot up. It seems like he's following in his big brother's footsteps. We see him constantly smoking weed with his big brother.
Hey, cloud me up then, boom me up. I already know though. Murderville, nigga. Murderville. Get along. Over her penny. No, we them niggas talk asking the wizard. Nieces and nephews and cousins ain't snitching. Hennies and knuckles ain't saying who did it. Bitch, mind your business, it's in your best interest. Thunder was like, then I come through your chimney.
Now they're thick as thieves, but when Des was hanging out with Sky and was in a better, healthier environment, it seemed like Genesis didn't want to hang with Des. He didn't want no parts of that. And I think because Des and Genesis, they have a closer bond as brothers than they do with their mother. They're just now meeting and getting to know their mom. Des has always been with Genesis. It's always been the two of them. So, of course, he's going to gear more towards his brother. But I feel like Genesis is kind of being a bad influence on him. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with smoking weed. Most of y'all smoke damn weed. But I just feel like, you know, the gangbanging, the guns, you know, representing his blood set, him showing guns. He's doing a lot of stuff on camera and on Instagram that's not okay. And I feel like he's being more of a negative influence on his brother than a positive one, you know, because Des, even if he wasn't able to go to the military, he should be in college. He should be doing more with himself than running behind his big brother. So I don't know what's going on, but one thing about forgiveness is this. When you forgive somebody, you forgive them 100%. You can't half-ass forgiveness. You can't say, I forgive you, but only to a certain point. I forgive you, but. And that's what I feel like all these people are doing. Genesis, Des, and Sky. They all want forgiveness. They all want love. They want to be a family, but they're not really, truly willing to forgive. Genesis is not truly willing to forgive his mother. Sky's not truly willing to forgive herself for the things that she's done to her boys. And as long as you're going to attach something to forgiveness, you can never forgive. That baggage will always be there. You can never forgive and let go and let God. You know, my wish for all three of them is that they eventually work it out as mother and son. But until they're all willing to be mature, grow up and forgive each other and move on from the past, they're never gonna get over it. And I think that Sky owes those kids, okay? I think that, you know, Sky did the best with what she could do at that point in her life, being such a young mother at 14 and 15 and giving birth to children, you know, so I think at this point she needs to just keep trying. It might be hard, it might be emotional, they keep pushing you away, they don't want to have nothing to do with you, but you have to keep fighting. You can't just throw your hands up and give up, because at the end of the day, they didn't ask to be here. You chose to have them. And now that you plucked them from obscurity and you've shown the whole world who these boys are, you need to be there for them. You need to continue to reach out to them. And Genesis and Des, at the end of the day, you need to show your mother respect. Like, I understand the hurt, I understand the anger, but if you're going to say in one breath you forgive her and you want to move forward, then do that. And if you don't want to forgive her and you don't want to move forward, then let it go and stop letting this mess play out on social media. So I think that all three of them, especially Sky, they all still have a lot of growing to do. You know what I'm saying? And I just think it's really sad that on television we see one thing, but clearly there's a whole bunch of other shit going on behind the scenes. So anyways, y'all, let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. Go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on this entire sad situation. Once again, concerning Sky and her two sons, where it seems like they're not getting along anymore. And it looks like everything that we saw in this season of Black Ink Crew was simply for a bag. So let me know your thoughts on this entire situation. All right, deuces. Hey you guys, it's your girl T, and I hope you really enjoyed that video. If you want to know more about my look of the day, or if you want a way to contact me concerning advertisement and sponsorship deals, definitely feel free to click my description box. There's plenty of information in there. Please stay tuned for the next video. Talk to y'all later.